Is seafood really the healthiest thing on your plate? You've probably heard it for years. Seafood is good for your heart, your brain, your body. But there's a side to this story that most people never talk about, especially when it comes to older adults. In truth, many of the most popular seafood options could be quietly working against your health. They can aggravate joint pain, raise your blood pressure, and leave you feeling more sluggish than you realize, all while wearing the disguise of a healthy food. You'll find them on menus everywhere, stacked in frozen food aisles, and even showing up in meal plans for seniors. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's good for you, especially after the age of 60. Here's the deal. As we get older, the way our bodies process food starts to shift. What once sat just fine in your stomach might now cause bloating or inflammation. What used to energize you could now leave you feeling wiped out. That's not your imagination. It's biology. The real kicker: the seafood industry is a multi-billion-dollar machine. Warning older adults about potential downsides doesn't serve their profits. That's why most people, especially seniors, have no clue that some types of seafood can actually work against their health goals. But we're changing that today. We're lifting the curtain and looking at the facts. You're going to discover 4 types of seafood you should think twice about if you're over 60. And just as importantly, 4 that could help you stay energized, support joint comfort, and promote a stronger heart naturally. If you've ever wondered why your knees feel stiff in the morning, or why you feel drained after a seafood dinner, this might be the missing link. And I'd love to hear from you too. What's your favorite seafood dish? Have you noticed changes in how fish or shellfish make you feel these days? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one. If you're someone who values honest, science-backed health information that respects your time, your age, and your body, tap that subscribe button. This is Health 907, and we're just getting started. Now let's dive into the first seafood that may look clean and healthy on your plate, but could be quietly triggering joint flare-ups and raising your cholesterol behind the scenes. Squid. That soft, slightly chewy seafood often served in pastas, fried appetizers, or Mediterranean dishes. It seems like a lean, light protein choice. But for adults over 60, it can be deceptively harmful. Just 3 ounces of cooked squid packs almost 200 milligrams of cholesterol, about 65% of the recommended daily maximum. And as we age, our livers aren't as efficient at clearing out that cholesterol. That means more of it sticks around in your bloodstream, leading to a higher risk of hardened arteries, poor circulation, and even heart disease or stroke. And it doesn't stop there. Squid is also rich in compounds called purines. These break down into uric acid in the body. The trouble is, your kidneys, like your liver, tend to slow down with age. That makes it harder to eliminate uric acid efficiently. The excess can settle in your joints, setting off gout, a sudden, painful form of arthritis. Even eating squid a few times a week has been linked to increased joint inflammation in older adults. So, if you've been choosing squid as a healthier seafood, it may be doing more harm than good, especially if you're waking up with puffy fingers, aching knees, or unexplained swelling. Let's move on to another sneaky seafood culprit. This one isn't even real fish. Imitation crab. You've seen it in sushi, seafood salads, or frozen entrees. It looks like crab and might even smell a little like it. But what you're actually eating is a highly processed blend of fish scraps, starches, sugars, and artificial additives. For older adults, that's a dangerous combo. Why? Because imitation crab digests quickly, almost like white bread. That fast breakdown can spike your blood sugar and leave you with a sudden energy crash. For anyone dealing with insulin resistance or borderline blood sugar issues, this can quietly sabotage your progress. One study published in a nutrition journal found that seniors who ate imitation crab regularly had significantly higher insulin levels than those who avoided it. That's a red flag if you're watching your blood sugar or trying to maintain steady energy. Then there's the sodium. Just one serving can have more than 700 milligrams. And that's before you dip it in soy sauce. Excess salt puts added pressure on your heart and kidneys, especially as they age and become less efficient at balancing fluids. On top of that, imitation crab often contains MSG and other preservatives that can cause bloating, headaches, or water retention, side effects nobody needs. So while imitation crab might be affordable and convenient, it's far from a true health food. In fact, it's one of the worst seafoods older adults can eat regularly. Now, let's look at something that seems fancy, elegant, and surprisingly harmful. Scallops. These bite-sized shellfish are often served seared in butter or garlic and praised for their delicate flavor. But what you may not know is that scallops can absorb heavy metals like cadmium from the ocean water they filter. Cadmium doesn't cook out. It builds up in the tissues of the scallop and then in your body. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because cadmium stresses the kidneys, which are already working slower with age. Long-term exposure has been linked to kidney damage, high blood pressure, and protein leakage in urine. And here's the tricky part. Cadmium doesn't cause symptoms right away. By the time you notice something's wrong, the damage may already be done. Plus, scallops are low in omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats that help support brain function, reduce inflammation, and promote heart health. While 100 grams of salmon offers over 500 milligrams of EPA and DHA, the same amount of scallops gives you barely 30 milligrams. So if you're eating scallops for the health perks of seafood, you might not be getting the benefits you're after and potentially getting exposed to something much worse. And now for the fourth item on our list, the seafood that might be the most widespread and also the most dangerous for older adults. Shrimp. It's found in everything from stir fries and salads to frozen dinner trays. Many people believe shrimp is a smart, lean protein, but there's more to this tiny shellfish than meets the eye. Shrimp contains a surprising amount of cholesterol, about 180 milligrams in just a small handful. That's already pushing the daily limit for someone over 60. With stiffer arteries and a slower processing liver, that cholesterol can add up fast and increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. Shrimp also contains a protein called tropomyosin, a well-known allergen. And here's what's interesting. Researchers have found that nearly 14% of shellfish allergies in seniors who are later in life, even in people who never had allergies before. Reactions can range from rashes and hives to gut discomfort or even trouble breathing. And then there's the chitin, the substance that makes up shrimp's outer shell. Even if the shell is removed, tiny pieces often remain in the meat. For sensitive digestive systems, this can lead to bloating, discomfort, or inflammation. Lastly, most of the shrimp sold today is farmed and imported and often treated with antibiotics that are banned in many parts of the world. Long-term exposure to these antibiotics can harm your gut bacteria, weaken immunity, and contribute to antibiotic resistance. So if you eat shrimp frequently and have noticed increased fatigue, gut issues, or achy joints, it may be time to reconsider. Now, let's turn the spotlight to an often overlooked seafood with impressive healing potential: green-lipped mussels. If you're dealing with joint pain in your knees or hips, this may be exactly what your body needs. Native to the pristine waters of New Zealand, green-lipped mussels aren't as widely available as other shellfish, but their benefits are truly remarkable. People suffering from joint discomfort, stiffness, or decreased mobility may find real relief here, and not just symptom relief, but something deeper. What sets green-lipped mussels apart is their unique omega-3 fatty acid composition, especially a rare form called ETA. While EPA and DHA common in fish oil help with inflammation, ETA goes a step further. It blocks an enzyme called 5-lipoxygenase, a key player in causing joint inflammation. This means green-lipped mussels don't just ease the pain, they help stop the inflammation at its source. In fact, a clinical study in 2020 showed that seniors who took green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks experienced a 42% drop in joint discomfort and a 35% improvement in mobility. Think smoother walking, standing without wincing, and climbing stairs without hesitation. But their benefits don't stop at joint health. These mussels are also rich in trace minerals like zinc, selenium, iron, and iodine, all of which are essential for energy, immune function, thyroid health, and even memory. As we age, our bodies absorb these nutrients less efficiently, so getting them from food becomes even more important. The ideal way to enjoy green-lipped mussels: steam them gently with garlic, parsley, and a splash of lemon. Skip heavy cooking methods like frying, as high heat can damage the anti-inflammatory nutrients. Their flavor is slightly sweet, with a rich, earthy finish, and their health effects go far beyond most supplements. If you are looking for a seafood that enhances movement and metabolism, green-lipped mussels are a smart, natural choice. Next up, a more familiar shellfish, but with benefits you may not fully appreciate: oysters. Whether you've enjoyed them raw, baked, or grilled, oysters offer far more than just flavor. They're one of the most nutrient-dense foods, particularly valuable as we get older. Just 2 medium oysters can supply over 100% of your daily zinc needs, which is especially important for older adults. Zinc is crucial for keeping your immune system resilient, speeding up wound healing, maintaining your senses of taste and smell, and even supporting mental clarity. Here's the issue. As we age, zinc absorption declines. Studies show that nearly 40% of people over 60 may have zinc deficiency without knowing it. And zinc isn't the only standout. Oysters are also loaded with vitamin B12, which supports nerve function and energy levels. Low B12 is linked to fatigue, poor memory, and even mood swings, and 3 ounces of oysters provide more B12 than most meats, with none of the heaviness. You will also find selenium, which promotes thyroid and immune health, and copper, a mineral often forgotten but vital for strong bones, collagen production, and red blood cell formation. One European study even found that seniors with higher copper intake had an 18% lower risk of fractures over 5 years. So, if you've been feeling tired, noticing slow wound healing, brittle nails, or thinning hair, your body might be signaling a need for the exact nutrients oysters provide. They're not just a luxury food, they're a genuine superfood for aging well. But what if you're not a fan of seafood flavor? Good news, the most powerful option isn't a fish or shellfish at all. It's a sea plant that's been used for generations. Sea moss, also known as Irish moss. This remarkable sea vegetable contains over 90 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, iron, sulfur, and selenium, foundational elements that help your body run smoothly, especially as it ages. What makes sea moss so special is how gentle yet comprehensive it is. It's plant-based, easy on the stomach, and supports multiple systems at once, from your joints and skin to digestion and lung health. While it doesn't contain collagen directly, sea moss is packed with vitamin C, sulfur, and proline, the nutrients your body needs to create its own collagen. That means better skin elasticity, stronger joints, faster healing, and even improved gut lining. In one recent study, seniors who took sea moss daily saw a 37% boost in joint mobility and a 29% decrease in skin dryness within just 8 weeks. It also contains mucilage, a special soluble fiber that soothes the gut lining, fights inflammation, and feeds healthy gut bacteria. If you suffer from bloating, reflux, or constipation, sea moss can be a gentle, natural remedy. To use it, rinse thoroughly, soak in clean water for 12–24 hours, then blend into a gel. Add a spoonful to smoothies, tea, or warm, not boiling soups to preserve the nutrients. If you want just one natural, easy-to-eat food that boosts energy, flexibility, and overall balance, sea moss is it. Let's bring it all together. Not all seafood is ideal as you age. Some common types like squid, imitation crab, scallops, and shrimp may look harmless, but can raise cholesterol, burden your kidneys, or irritate your joints and digestive system. As we get older, our bodies change, and foods that used to work for us might now do more harm than good. But you're not powerless. You have better options. Foods like sea cucumber, green-lipped mussels, oysters, and sea moss are backed by science, rich in essential nutrients, and supportive of your heart, joints, brain, skin, and energy levels. They give your body what it needs to age with strength, comfort, and clarity. If this message gave you a fresh perspective, we'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these powerful sea-based foods? Have you noticed a difference from cutting out others? Drop a comment below. And if you're looking for honest, practical wellness tips designed for folks over 60, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our Health 907 community. Your journey to better health deserves support, and we're here for you every step of the way.